Hi there guys, we have got an orthographic projection in front of us and it is of a point A, and we also have the 3D model of that point A, and I've already found the top view and the front view for you guys. We're going to go ahead and find the left side view and then take that across to the 3D model as well. The whole goal here is to be able to find the actual point capital A suspended in this 3D model's blank space over here in this hollow area. Okay, so let's go ahead and find out where point A is in my left side view. In true orthographic projection style, I'm going to go ahead and project that across to my left side view because that's a height that I need, and then the rest of the information is going to be given to me by my top view. Right, where my 2 points or my 2 lines will intersect, I have an intersection point, and I'm going to go ahead and plot that point, which will give me my A in the left side view. Okay, so let's label them. I know that I want to label in my top view, and I'm going to call this one A1. Let's make that a slightly smaller one. And I'm going to label this one and make it a slightly smaller 2. Please note that A, A2 and A1 are representations of a suspended point called A. Alright, now that we've found the left side view, front view and top view of this specific point, we're now going to go carry this information across to this left side view. I've already given you guys the front view and top view, but let's go and discuss this in greater detail. If you had to look at my front view over here, I've already got 25 millimeters away from my x1, y1 axis. So I'm going to take this 25 millimeters and I'm going to plot it away from this x1, y1 axis over here. Remember, every horizontal line in an orthographic projection will become a 30-degree line. Since I have these lines that I can draw parallel lines to, I can simply go draw a parallel line 30 degrees in this direction at 25 millimeters. Right, I also know the bit of information that I've been given, which you will then obviously go and measure, is that it is also 25 millimeters away from the XY axis, which would typically be off the ground. So 25 millimeters off the ground as well, I go ahead with my ruler and I go construct a line 25 millimeters, and where it intersects with that line over there, I plot my point A. So I've got corresponding point A. I've found it in my front view. Let's look at my top view. In my top view, I've got exactly the same kind of information. Remember that if I want to test whether this is orthographically correct, I'm going to go ahead and line these 2 lines up, and that will present an orthographic correctness. If those 2 lines did not line up, I would obviously say that we have to redraw my top view and find the proper A1 to be orthographically correct. Alright, the information away from my XY axis tells me that it is 25 millimeters away from the XY axis. If I had to look at my 3D or my isometric model, the 3D planes model, my XY axis runs all along these 2 lines over here for now. Okay, so if I go away from this XY axis, this direction, 25 millimeters, that will give me this point. Remember, I have already a projection 25 millimeters away. So if I had to simply project it down and 30 degrees across from that intersecting point over there on the axis, I will have a natural 25 millimeters away from here. The extra bit of information that they did give us is that I have actually measured 25 millimeters away from the x1, y1 axis. So if you want to double check, you can simply go and measure 25 millimeters away from this the xy axis. Alright, there it is there, that line. And now I have found the A1, the point that is actually on my horizontal plane, the actual surface. Remember that A1 and A are on the surface. They are 2D representations of the 3D shape. Alright? Okay, and then obviously I have my left side view, which I could also go and find over here. Now for the moment, I know that I just need 3 dimensions to be able to find the actual shape, and I'm going to explain this to you in a moment. Right, the 3 dimensions that I need will be my height, my length, and my width. Now obviously in one view, I only have 2 dimensions at a time. In my front view, I have the height and I have a length. In my left side view, I would typically have that same height, but I would also have a width. Remember, I'm looking at the same object from the left, and I'll be able to see the side view of it, which would obviously give me a little bit more information, which is the width. And obviously, in my top view, I would be able to get the width, and I'll be able to have the length. In order to get all 3 dimensions, or information from all 3 dimensions, I would typically just need 2 views, a height, a length, and a width. Those are the 3 dimensions. 3D stands for 3 dimensions. Okay, so I'm going to be using or making use of my front view and my top view to find, yet again here, my top view and my front view, to find my actual 3D shape. I'm going to go ahead and construct lines at angles of 30 degrees from point A outwards. Please note, I'm going from point A. Let me zoom on that a little bit. From point A outwards. It so happens to actually fall on this line over here, so I'm going to continue. And I'm also going to be constructing a vertical line from point A1, because I'm going from my ground, from the horizontal plane, up into nowhere, into this empty space, and it so happens to connect right in the middle over here. So I'm going to put a plot point there, like that, and I'm also going to go ahead and label that my capital point A. Right, there we go. So that central point over there is in fact the suspended point A. I hope this information has helped you guys understand the orthographic projection to a 3D shape or 3D planes model. Just remember that if you look at it from this view over here, you can see exactly that this is now the suspended point. This is the point that I'm going to be looking from the front to be able to generate this front view. And I'm going to be looking from the left to be able to generate this left side view, and I'm going to be looking at the top or from the top to generate this top view. Right. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. It's a very short explanation, and it will help you find more points if more were plotted.